Hello.
Hi, Mario. Hi. It was cold today. Were you outside at all?
Yeah, it was this early in the morning. It was one fog.
Oh, yeah, it was weird. I know. Yeah, totally dense.
Yeah, I had the lights in the car.
You feel we're back in England?
Yeah.
Did you feel you were back in England?
Yeah. In England, the cold is different. It gets through your bones.
It's a very wet cold, very damp.
Yeah. Even Trump spoke nicely about Carter.
I was shocked. I was shocked.
Well, Trump was a Democrat in those days.
That's true. That's true. But I think these days people know he could be crazy, so they probably write things for him because he could. I thought Carter was horrible, terrible person, terrible. Because of him, we have Iran is so strong. He wanted to get rid of the Shah, and he brought in Khomeini, and that started the whole nonsense. Forget about gas was so expensive, and the way he treated Israel, and there's many, many bad things. And his peanuts were lousy. He had lousy peanuts.
Yeah.
Remember he had that crazy brother, Billy?
I remember. But he outlived many presidents.
Yeah, he did. He did. Gotta give him credit.
He probably outlived them all.
Yeah, he's the longest living president. Yeah.
100 years old.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be a very fancy funeral, and all the presidents will be there.
I don't know. He will probably be buried in his little town
in Georgia?
Yeah. I think that's where his wife is buried.
Oh, really? Oh. I mean, he was a simple Christian guy. Maybe you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, then he says he has a Hanukkah party, right?
I think I think their shul has a party at someone's house, somebody who I don't know.
Today?
One of these nights, there's a new guy from Argentina who moved onto Arden, deep in Hancock Park, and he became frum. He's a record producer or something. He's Spanish speaking guy.
He's not from Argentina. He's from Uruguay.
Oh, he's from Uruguay. You know the guy?
Well, I know his father.
Oh, okay.
Saporta is the name.
Yes. Yeah, so he's making a party at his house, but I don't know when it is. Yeah, he was like one of the new members who
He's a very tall guy, right?
right. Yeah, tall, good-looking guy. Yeah. How do you know? You know him from Uruguay still?
Well, his father is best friends with my cousin Danny, the son of Antonio. And I think his mother
uh-huh.
is or was a dentist. I think. I'm not sure. I only know his father because I've seen him in my cousin's house a couple of times. He lives in New York, but when he comes, well, my cousin doesn't live here anymore. He lives
Where?
in Montevideo and in San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. He likes living there?
Well, all his kids are there.
Oh, okay.
One is a doctor, one is in business, and the daughter, I don't know what she is doing. And he had a big house here.
Yeah.
Gorgeous house, but far
away. Oh.
But he sold it in 2 days, Harold.
Really?
For big money, yeah.
Oh, good.
Gorgeous house.
Today it's very tough to sell because they have that added tax, that mansion tax.
Yeah. If that house would be in our neighborhood,
oh yeah,
4 or 5 million, easy.
Oh,
easy.
Yeah.
It's in a private neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
You need a remote control to get in. Yeah. I never remember it's where my accountant has his office also.
How far away is it?
It's by the 14 and Rinaldi.
Oh, up by Canoga Park, like way up there?
It's not Canoga Park.
No.
If I can see my accountant.
Chatsworth?
No. Let's see. It's in Northridge, I think.
Oh, Northridge. That's far. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nice area, but whenever we went there, it took us like an hour.
Oh.
Coming back, it's a little bit faster, but still.
Yeah, people live far away.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have to have a shul nearby.
Well, Robert Klein's son-in-law is a rabbi there. He could have gone there.
Yeah?
Yeah, he has a shul there in Northridge.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They don't ask him anymore to daven, huh? Only as a last resort.
I think the young people don't like his davening.
Yeah. The Shabbos was nice davening, both.
Oh yeah, young people, yeah.
Yeah, the youngest from Eli had a powerful voice.
Yeah, very cute. Yes, and then George's son.
Yeah,
very good.
Not George's son, George's grandson.
Simcha's son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
12.
Abe,
Yep.
I have a certificate for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to bring yours tonight, but Mario, are you coming tonight or not?
No.
So why don't you guys come if you can come Tuesday night, the next time we teach Tsurba.
Okay.
Now, we're not teaching tonight, this Tuesday, because it's New Year's.
I know.
I'm moving it to Wednesday.
I have to take anyhow the strip with the recordings because I filled up one that's very big. I have another big one.
I have 5 of them in my home. Are they yours?
No, I don't know, but I don't need one at the moment.
I
but
have 5 sticks. I think they're yours.
Okay, but I
I'll
have to give you
check, but
this.
I'll give them all back to you.
I
So
have to give you
anyways,
this.
Wednesday night, when we do the Tsurba, come on over and I'll give you guys the certificates.
Wednesday?
Because we're going to teach Tsurba Wednesday night
Oh, that's true.
instead of Tuesday night.
Okay.
Okay, we're on 12.
Mhm.
Good base. If there is a famine, when there's not a lot of grain, now you add an extra month where you cannot eat of the new grain, right? You have to bring the mincha, the korban ha'omer on the second day of Pesach. If you add an extra adar, you push that off further. It makes it harder for people to obtain food. Rabbi Omer v'ish ba mibal shalisha. There was somebody who came from a place called Bal Shalisha v'yavo ish Elohim, who came to the Navi. We learned about this in Malachim. Lechem bukrim esrim lechem so'oyim v'karmel b'tziklonim v'yomer tein lam v'yochel. And he instructed that it should be given to the people for them to eat. Bal Shalisha was a very ripe area. The fruit and grain ripened quicker there. But only one species had ripened. Like you might think he thought it was wheat. It was already permitted. So it was after the oimer. After the oimer Nissen, they still couldn't bring stuff that had ripened except barley. Really, from an astronomical point of view, they should have done a leap year. Why didn't Elisha Navi make it a leap year? It was a period of famine. There was not a lot of supply. The demand was great. So they elected not to do Ibr Shana that year. You can't do it before Rosh Hashanah. And if they did, it doesn't work. But you can do it after Rosh Hashanah. But when you add the month, it's always other. Gemara says, it's not so. They sent a question to Rava. Zugba Mirakat. There was Talmidei Chachamim who came from a place in Tveria where the Sanhedrin sat. The Tafsu Nesher. And the Romans, because the Romans were identified by an eagle, they were grabbed by the Romans. Liyadim Dvar Manasim Beluz. In their hands, these shlichim from the Sanhedrin had documents that were written in Luz, Umayni Utchelas. They also had tzitzis in order for the people in Bavel to have kosher tzitzis. People daven for them, their schuyos. The Romans didn't put them to death. But they weren't able to transmit the message that they did in Ibr. They added a leap year to Bavel. The people from Shevet Yehuda, whose Nasi was Nachshon, they wanted to add an extra month. But the Roman governor at that time didn't allow them. The Talmidei Chacham in Eretz Yisrael, Nesu v'Kavalo Netzivecha B'Yareach Shemeis Ba'aron HaKohen. The Aaron Cohen died Rosh Chodesh Av. So we said before that you can't add anything else except in Adar. And so how come here they did Av? So they didn't add Cheshuva Mechashvi Klula Magalu. They calculated in Av, but they didn't reveal it at that time. My mashma da'ai netziv lishna direcha. Where do you see that the word netziv refers to a month? It says in Pasuk, Shlomo shnei asar netziv malko Yisrael. Shlomo Melech, who needed a lot of taxes to build the Beis Hamikdash, had 12 sort of governors throughout Israel. The calculus of Melech was based on Chodesh B'Shana. Each one took upon himself the responsibility of raising the funds for 1 month out of the year. So each netziv is a chodesh. Unetziv echad ba'aretz. So that seems to imply there were more than 12. So it's machlokas Rav Yehuda Rav Nachman. Chad amar echad memun al kulam. This extra netziv was sort of above all of them. The echad amar keneged chodesh ha'ibur. No. It was the 13th, because sometimes they would add a 13th month. You don't do back-to-back years. Not 3 years. Rabbi Kiva was in prison. And he did 3 years in a row. Amrulo, Raya. Rabbi Kiva calculated, but the based in Yashvu V'Kavu Achas Mana. He said these 3 years, they weren't necessarily back to back. These 3 years have to be made in Ibr Shana, but the respective Bestin did it whatever it was supposed to do. Ein Mavin Sashana Lo B'Shvius. We don't want to be marich the period of time that you have Isser Shemitah. The Lo B'Motzei Shvius, same thing the year after Shemitah. It's going to be hard to feed everybody. Amos Arigin Laber Erev Shvius. The year before Shemitah is a good year to do it. Beis Rabban Gamliel Ayum Avrin is B'Motzei Shvius. Rabban Gamliel, they would make a leap year at the year after Shvius. And it's connected to Pluktadat Tanoi. We don't bring vegetables from Chutz La'aretz. The Chacham that were matir to bring vegetables from Chutz La'aretz, they weren't that concerned because of adding a leap year to Motzei Shvius, because there's extra food coming in from Chutz La'aretz. My bidayu. What's the point of the machlokes? On Rav Yirmiyah, chosheshin legusheya. Do we say that the dirt that's stuck to the vegetables has tum or not? Because Chazal made a gzeira that all land outside of Israel is tummy. So lechatchila, can you bring this land, which is tummy, into Eretz Yisrael? Ein ma'aviz Hashem ne'atuma. Let's say the majority of Klal Yisrael were Tmeim right before Pesach. That's not a reason to add an extra month, so you give them more time to purify. But Rav Yehuda says you can use that as a reason. Ma'aseh b'Chizkiya Melech Yehuda, who we're studying right now in Nach, she'iber sashan b'nei atuma. He added an extra month because people were talking. But he had to daven for himself because it was viewed as a chet. Now this is a pasuk in Divrei Yomi. He advised for people to bring the korban Pesach Sheni. Shenamar, ki mar bisam rabas mefraim umnashi yitzarchus vulun, lo hitaru. They had not been able to become Torah. Ki achlus ha-Pesach beloka kasuv ki yispalel chizki aleim lemor, Hashem atov yichaper ba'ad. and he added the extra month, and it wasn't appropriate to do so. But Rabbi Shimon Omer Tuma Ibra Muberes. If it was done for that reason, it works. So then why did Chizki have to daven? For a different reason. They ma'avrin el chodesh adar. V'hu iber Nisan b'Nisan. He waited until the first day of Nisan to do the Ibr. The reason he needed kapara, because he advised Jews not to do Pesach Rishon, but to do Pesach Sheni. And it wasn't dealing at all with Ibr Shon, but rather the decision that all of Klal Yisrael should bring their Pesach and Pesach Sheni. That's the Baraisa. You can add an extra month to give more people time to become Tahor for Pesach. Alma Islay, Rabbi Yehuda, the Tuma Tchuya B'tzibur. We don't say Tuma Hutra B'tzibur. We say it's just pushed away. So even if the majority of Klal Yisrael are Tomei, and we are Makri of the Korban Pesach B'tuma, it's not a complete heter. And if you can find a way to do it beheter, i.e. add an extra month, so people have more time to be Matayar, it's better to do that. Freik the Gemara about Tanya, I'll show you just the opposite. Tzitz. The Kohen Gadol wore a item on his head called the tzitz. And the tzitz was Matayar Tumas. Bein sheyesh al mitzvah, bein shein al mitzvah meratzeh, the Reb Shimon. Reb Shimon says it works whether the Kohen Gadol is wearing the tzitz or not. Rav Yehuda Omer, no. Oid al mitzvah meratzeh. If the Kohen Gadol is wearing it, it works. Ein oid al mitzvah, ein al meratzeh. Amar Reb Shimon. Kohen Gadol b'yom kippurim yochiach. I'll prove to you that the tzitz works whether the Kohen Gadol is wearing it or not, like Yom Kippur. She'enu al mitzvah. Most of the day, he's wearing the arba b'gadim, which are lavan. The tzitz is not part of that, and yet meratzeh. Yom Kippur is different. There, it's not dechuya b'tzibur; it's hutra completely. So you don't have to be meratzeh on anything. So how could you tell me before that it was dechuya? So ulatamech tikshlecha hi gufa. That why don't we say that there's an internal contradiction? On one side, Rav Yehuda Ma'avrin saw that Ma'avrin, and from that Rav Yehuda says you do make a leap year if there's tumah. Vam Rav Yehuda Ma'aser b'chitzke shibur zachana bikesh rachim alatzmo, where he added the leap year and he did something wrong and he has to get kapara. Elach surim mechser v'achitan. There are words missing, and this I have to read it. In Ma'avrin Sashan they have tumah. Normally, we don't make an Ibriyar if it's Tumah problem. But v'mivru, if you did it, muberes. Rav Yehuda Omer Ibra and muberes. And that's why on Rav Yehuda, that Chizkiah needed Rachman, because he did Shalom Kedin. If that's the sheet of Rav Yehuda, that which it says Rav Shimon Omer, imitnei Tumah Ivrua meuberes, that if they went ahead and made an Ibriyur, and it works, well then Ainu Tanakama. So that's no different than the Tanakama. Can you do the Chatchila? According to Rabbi Shimon, you could do the Chatchila. According to Chachamim, it's only B'diyat. Tana Ma'achi, Ein Ma'avrin Sashon De'atum L'Chatchila. That's the Tamach. Rabbi Shimon, Ma'avrin even L'Chatchila. So, and if they Ma Bikesh Rachim Alatzmo, if you're allowed to do it, then why did Chizkiah daven? For a different reason. Shein Ma'avrin Elo Odar. V'hu Iber Nisan B'Nisan. You're only supposed to do the Iber, add the extra month when you're in Odar. He did it in Nisan. I don't understand. Leslie Chizkiah, does he not accept that halach? It says, Chodesh Hazeh Lachem, which is Nisan, Vein Achar Nisan. You can't make another month Nisan. Can't make two Nisanim. So rather, the Gemara explains what happened here. Tobish Shmuel. He got confused on a halach that later on Shmuel brought. Domer Shmuel. Ein Mavris Hashana biyom shloishim shalada. Now, Adar has 29 and then a 30th day. You have to make the Ibra on the 29th day. If you did it on the 30th day, you can't do it. Because there are years where the 30th day of Adar might be Nisan, if depending on the Eidim who come to see the moon. But Chizki of Eiu Savar, we don't say the Svara of since the 30th of Adar could be Nisan, we can't be Ma'aber. He felt the 30th of Adar is still Adar, and you're allowed to do Iber Shana in Adar. And in fact, the Gemara brings a baraisa like this. Tana Ma'achi. You don't l'chadchila add an extra month on the 30th day of Adar because it could be made into Nis. Now, Rav Shimon Bar Yehuda, Omer Mishum Rav Shimon, that Chizkiah davening for himself had nothing to do with the Ibr year. It's Mipnei Shehi says Yisrael Laslis Pesach Shein. He advised Klal Yisrael not to do Pesach Rishon but Pesach Sheni that year. What happened? Hechidam. On Rav Ashi, you go and try Yisrael Mechza Tmei Mechza Toirim. Was exactly 50-50, right? If it's 51 to 49, Tomei, 51% are Tomei, then Tumah is Hutra B'tzibur, and you're allowed to use Pesach Sheni. Allowed to use Pesach. You're allowed to bring the Korban Pesach on the first Pesach. If 51 were Tohor, and 49 were Tomei, then those who were Tomei have to bring it on Pesach Sheni. So here it was 50-50 Tomei Tor. V'noshim ashlimos l'tohiri, v'oid fasali. The women, among that 50% who were Tohirim, there were more women Tohiros. So are we machshav the Noshim with that rov? Meikara Savar, initially Chizkiah thought that Noshim Rishon Choiva, that women have an obligation for Pesach Rishon, and therefore Miut and Tmein came out that there was only a minority of Yisrael Tomei, if you include them as a Choiva. And the Miut were Midchul Pesach Sheni, they had to bring their Korban Pesach Sheni. But Lebesov Savar Shenoshim is also not a Choiva, even Pesach Rishon is Rishus. Then it turns out that there were more Tmeim, and they could have offered the Korban on a regular Pesach. That's what he made a mistake. You can't, once you get beyond 29th of Adar, you're stuck. The 30th won't work. There's some years where the 30th of Adar will be the first day of Nisan. Ibru Mai, what if they went ahead and did it anyways? Is it chal or not? We leave that 30th day in Adar, and therefore you made the Ibr in Adar, and therefore it works. Now, if another Bezdin Kitshu made that 30th day into Nisan, since you now know it's not Adar, it's Nisan, everybody agrees you can't do an Ibr Shon in Nisan, so the Ibr goes away. But Rav Nachman Omer Uber Umakush. No, you get the best of both worlds. Each Bezdin did what they're supposed to do. Those that were Makadish did it okay, and those that did the Ibr did it okay, because it was Adar. Omer Rav Nachman. Between Purim and Pesach is 30 days. The Torah teaches us that you have to start teaching the halachos of a yontif 30 days before. Because Shoal and Biachos HaPesach, according to Pesach, Shoshim Yom. Rav Shimon Gamliel, Oimer Shtei Shabboses, just 2 weeks. Now, the people now in the middle of Adar know that Pesach is coming in 30 days. And now, Rosh Chodesh Nisan is coming, now we're pushing it off another month. They're going to forget the dinim that the Chachamim taught them. Everybody knows that there's a great calculation that goes on whether they should make an Ibra year or not. The calculations were not completed. They didn't finish it, but they had an idea that that's where they were heading in that direction. Okay, we'll stop here.
Okay.
Tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Night.
Night.
Bye.